Craigie?
What's up, bro? What's up, boy?
Chilling.
I don't know. How you doing today, Gabe? Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
No, 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 no static, bro. Cause
No.
when Lowe's not here, we don't got no static. We got no echoes and shit. Look, see? You see what
We're
happened?
good right now. We're good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
What's
Raider
cracking,
Nation
everybody?
Live. Our special partner on the third of the big third of the Raider Nation Live crew is busy right now. He'll be here shortly. He's to pack up his DJ stuff. You know, they got to get a big old bus to put his DJ equipment away and
Hey,
take
Gravy.
it.
Wait, what happened yesterday? What was it? What was it that yesterday made you bust up the eclipse of the crew?
I can't say that, bro. That's what I'll get to that a little bit before he gets talking. He gonna be driving. He gonna be driving and listen to that. But he'll be here soon. He had a little gig. AKA DJ Caleb. You know, he's on that. He's on that strength. But welcome. This is Raider Nation Live podcast with my man Ritter Gay 420, and I am Coach Gravy. We each have our channels. Subscribe to Gabe's at Raider Gay 420,
Yes,
and
sir.
mine is Coach Gravy, and Lowe's is Raider Nation Live.
This
So
is
you
for the
can-
420 right here.
Take a rip, do whatever. I'm just gonna taste this cigar. I'm under orders not to have any nicotine in my body. The doctor's orders, but I'll just taste it. But I wanted to bring something up to you, my man.
Yes, sir.
I'm watching
All right.
I'm watching the Lakers and the Warriors play right now. What's going on?
Oh yeah, they are playing on. I forgot about that, to be honest.
You ain't interested in that big ass game that they have? Is it supposed to be the play in?
No, not yet. We're
halftime.
I think we're in
It's
the
halftime.
playing game. We're in the
And
playing
the-
game right now, but
The Kings helped you out today, losing to the Pelicans.
the Kings lost to the Pelicans. See, the Lakers. If the Lakers win, I think they pass the Kings up. But yeah, they're losing right now. So
No, we're
it's
tied. We're tied. We tied.
tied right now. But with the
We're-
win, I guess they would be up in the win column. But fuck all of that shit. I didn't even know they were playing right now, to be honest.
All right, man. Then we're gonna hit the best chat, Raider Nation Live chat. Raider Paul, Raiders, what's up, bro? Phil Raider, thanks for coming on, man. Raider Pete, my 2 cents. What's up, bro? Thanks for being here with us today. Alfredo,
Yes, sir.
my 2 cents again. Raider Paul, what's up, man? How you doing? 831 Raider Mania. Memo Raider, what's up, bro? Oh snap! All right, baby, how you doing? Hey, she said we're on time this week. This time,
I know.
that's the queen of my household right there, bro. Steve DeLuna, what's up? We the people. She a Dallas fan, man. Don't get
Orlando in the building. Dan Tessier in the building.
SoCal
Yes, sir, Raider
South,
Way.
Dan Tesler, Raider Way, SoCal South, Raider Paul, Alfredo.
Fredo.
Orlando Padilla, what's up, man? Keep it coming. Tell everybody that we on. It's me and Gabe. Sometimes we have a better show when Lowe's not on it. So, but did you see the reactions to Jack Jones? Like what was it? Like a
His rant
IG?
against on the field.
Yeah, his
his
rant against-
on the.
Yeah, we watched it last night.
He was basically just he was more getting off on the fans. You know what I mean? Like I think it was something that in New England, but in other sports as well, dog. That's just always been mentioned. Boston's always been something like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, it's something up there in Boston, man. Like the fans have always complained about it and shit like that. If you're, which what is weird though is that like a guy from the actual team, you know what I mean? Like was kind of complaining about it. You usually hear when it's like a team coming in, you know what I mean, coming into Boston, coming into New England, talking about that shit. But hey, man, I think you're just keeping it real, man. But I don't make too much about it, man. I mean, shit, people want to talk about like he's going off the rails and all of this shit, but I just think it's him just getting it off his chest. He might have hit the blunt a little too hard or something that day. You know what I mean? He's had to vent real quick, but shit, let him get it off his chest.
Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know the squares out there, bro. There must be a lot of fucking squares out here in Raider Nation. They're angry because he should be doing other things and than talking about that. Oh, he looked like he got his head split open right in the middle because it looked like he had stitches. He was drinking. I don't know what he was on. I go, hey, dude, it's off time, bro. He's a veteran, been in the league a couple years. I figure he can do whatever he wants. It's not. You want to hit the joint on the off season? Be my guest, bro. You deserve it.
Hey, and it's allowed now. So it's like, why not? You know what I mean?
Oh, there should be a reaction to the league and all this other shit. That's what people are saying, bro. I'm going down the line looking at the chats of different people that are posting this. They're posting it. Jack Jones, oh, here we got another one. The Raiders signed another one. And I'm like, Jesus, they're just squarey ass people, man. I don't know where. This can't be the Raider Nation. And I know it ain't our chat or our peoples that are gonna be talking like that around our circle, but let the man live, man. He's a professional football player. He takes care of himself, and it probably ain't new to him to do this, but that's probably why the people in Boston don't dig that shit, because they probably got square ass fans, square ass team. That's why you guys are gonna be at the bottom of the league for at least a decade, picking 1, 2, 3 in the draft for the next 5 years. But let the dude be the dude, man.
Yeah,
let him live his life.
A lot of
I like it.
I think he's just venting. He's just telling him what it is. He's talking about, you know what I mean? Some he might just be wanting to set the record straight, man. Some players, some media outlets, kind of like when he first got released, like they were kind of trying to portray him as, you know what I mean, a player who just didn't live up to expectations. He was getting released, for whatever reason, you know what I mean. But I think he just wanted to set the record straight, man. You know what I mean? He just wanted to be like, you know what I mean. He's like, he's cool with Bill Belichick and all of that shit, but he just didn't feel like, you know what I mean. He didn't like going into the building. You know what I mean? It's like anybody in the chat. You know what I mean? It's like anybody who doesn't feel comfortable going to work, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? If you don't like the place where you work or anything like that, you're just not gonna you're just gonna hate going there every day, dog. You making up you're trying to waking up every morning trying to figure out what excuse am I gonna say today to try to not make it in, or something, dog. You know what I mean? But like, it's like, and right now, what I love to hear about him, when they ask him the question about the Raiders, and he loves being a Raider, and he wants to be a Raider, you know what I mean, for the foreseeable future and all of that shit, as long as they'll have him. Like, that's what you want to hear out of a player like that. Like, for me, there ain't no fucking, not one flag, dog. If anything, I love to talk, you know what I mean? I love what he's saying. So let him keep talking his shit, you know what I mean? I'm all for it. I'm here for it, and shit.
I
As
like
long
that
as
shit.
as long as that shit don't fuck up with his you know what I mean, his performance on the field, because at the end of the day, that's all that counts really in the NFL. You know what I mean? Because as long as you're performing on the field, you know what I mean, you get away with these things. But like when you're not performing on the field, people will look at everything with the microscope. But you know what I mean, the way that he performed last year coming into the building, I think you know, the Raider Nation, we're all gonna give him a leeway right now. You know what I mean? We're all gonna give him the green light, you know, to be sounding like this and all of that shit, which I'm all for it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's as long as you keep performing, this shit it's not gonna make no waves, no nothing. Dog. We're all for it.
Exactly. Appreciate a player like that. That the one we got rid of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The one we got rid of. You know what I mean? Pyro, what's up, brother?
Pyro.
All eyes on G, my Fresno partner. Leaky, what's up? Jesse Cardenas, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Keep coming through, man. Let's make this show popping today. Let's get 100 something in here and start answering questions. What's your questions? And Raider Pete had a pretty good question, bro. He said, forget about the team needs and answer this. Who would you trust to start most of his rookie season? The best defensive tackle available or the best offensive tackle available? Let's hear your input on that game.
As of right now, or like, I mean, I'm not gonna like shit. Like I've been one to say, you know, you can never have too many defensive linemen, but that would be a luxury right now, not a necessity. And I think you know, the right guard on the right side, we're kind of like we're in need of something on the right side. You know what I mean, guard or tackle, and I just think that it would make a lot more sense going with tackle for sure. Like, you know what I mean, maybe even if that even has to include, you know, probably moving Mumford in you know what I mean, to guard or whatever. You know what I mean, like, because I still believe in Mumford. You know what I mean, I still believe in that Mumford in Mumford's development. You know, he's gotten better every year, and he is a 7th round pick who's I think defied the odds, man. You know what I mean? A lot of I think he earned the starting spot, you know, later on in you know, last season. But if you can move him into the inside and fix that outside, you know, but the right side, I think on that question, pertaining to that question, like, yeah, for sure, offensive line over defensive line, right? In the first round, if we're going, you know, to answer that question.
I feel the same way as you, Gabe. I think the offensive line is a big necessity in this drive. It's a big necessity in this drive, and I know the way you're going. And if we could do anything, if we go the way you're going, and I get this feeling, bro, it's going both ways with me. Like, it might happen, or it's not gonna happen. It's either not gonna happen, or it might they move up all the way up to get this guy.
Because it's going to happen or not.
But then he was on IG with his partner neighbors, and he's over here saying, "I know where you're going." Did you see that?
Which one?
He was with his wide receiver, Jaden Daniels.
Oh, Jaden, yeah, with Malik Neighbors. Yeah, he was
on there. I know where you're going.
He was talking about
going to the Raiders. You know, here nonchalant.
Like, I don't know why I've been like I've kind of been like on that boat the whole time, but it's just every day it gets closer, I feel a little bit more like it's not gonna happen, just because, like, you know, sometimes some things is always something like it's always too good to be true. But I'm gonna speak into that day. I'm gonna speak it into that day, and hopefully it all comes to you know, to fruition basically, though. But yeah, man, it's like just all the little talks like that. Like there's other shit, like bunch of networks are starting to fucking talk about, you know what I mean? You know, will the Raiders trade up for Jaden Daniels? Will this? And then you got them talking about it, you know, like not even talking about it. They didn't put no names behind it, but they were alluding to it. I mean, they could always, you know, be trolling, you know what I mean? And say, like, you know what I mean, just be like he could be linking up with any ex teammate, you know what I mean, that could pertain to any one of his ex teammates, you know what I mean. But it just, I don't know, man. It looks, you know, closer and closer. It looks like it's more and more gonna happen. But then again, like, you know, you get that feeling like, shit, man, is it too good to be true? But you know, there's still some people like Clark Arroyo, you know what I mean, who ain't feeling that, you know, at all. So like, you know what I mean, they want to keep the picks and go offensive tackle, but they're kind of more on your boat, you know what I mean, Gravy. They want to keep the picks, you know, not mortgage any of the future, and you know what I mean. Which it's at this point, we're gonna see who's right, man. We're gonna see what part of the nation where, you know, there's always, you know, two sides of the nation with everything, you know what I mean, with, you know, like with everything, you know what I mean, Jimmy G, with Derek Carr, with fucking, you know, McDaniels, you know what I mean, at a certain point, you know what I mean, towards the end, of course, everybody was on the same page, but you know what I mean, just with everybody, the nation's always on two sides, but we'll see what side is comes to like fucking, you know, see what happens, man, in 16 days, basically, man, because that shit's coming.
The count's going down. Raiders Rebel, Los Angeles Raiders 11. What's up? Thanks for being here, man. Clark Arroyo, what's up? Snoops Hernandez, what's going on, man? Think you're here. Leaky Raiders Rebel, 2 pair of Jaden Daniels and Washington drafted him at 2. 2 pair of, they said, Raiders Rebel. I doubt that. I don't think Washington has a second pick, but I don't think they're, well, if they trade with Minnesota, they will, but Minnesota's got 11, right? That's the only one I'm worried about.
Minnesota got 11 and 23, right?
Yeah. You think we're gonna try to do something like that, like maybe like and then, you know, I'm saying Raiders are brewing something up. And then you look at ESPN, you look at Fox, you know, everybody's mocking the Raiders. They get Michael Penix Jr.
No, they are. I do hear a lot. I think because it makes a lot of sense, because nobody's willing to go out on a limb. You know what I mean? Like none of these guys are gonna willing to go out on a limb and say like, yeah, the Raiders are gonna trade up. You know what I mean? And make that happen. But at the end of the day, I think it's in the back of everybody's mind. Everybody knows that that's a possibility. But you know what I mean? The more, like, if we stay at 13 and we are gonna go quarterback, it's looking like more, you know what I mean, that might be the guy that's available. You know what I mean? Penix. It looks like it's gonna be between Penix and Bo. But you know, like I said the other day, I mean, just because of, you know, there's certain little things, you know, it's like almost like splitting hairs, but just recent little things that Bo Nix has said, I'll probably just swing that. I'll probably swing that, you know, that momentum more to Penix's side. But at 13, fuck, man, that's reach. That's I don't know.
That affected you a little bit with Bo Nix said. I know you were questioning his. You were questioning his. Yeah.
It just reminds me too much of a certain person. You know what I mean? That we had already, and like, I'm kind of over that era of that type of quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that attitude for a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it, bro. Like, it's just, I want to go someone else who feels like they're a dog out there, man. And I trust in Telesco, trust in fucking, you know, AP, that, you know what I mean? They've been speaking a big game now. Now it's time to produce in this draft, man. You know what I mean? Because this draft is gonna go a long way for them staying, you know, for them keeping their tenure for years to come.
That's the way I feel, bro. I don't like soft dudes like that saying soft stuff, especially your general that's gonna be, you know, going out there releasing it. And you know, Carr wasn't like that, man, until he got super girlish, or should I say wussy-ish, when a couple years into this bullshit. I love this guy. I love this guy. He wasn't popping his fist no more. He wasn't doing nothing but complaining. And I'm glad he's out. I'm glad he's out. We don't need another one. We don't need a young fucking Derek Carr either. And we don't need no Dak Prescott's the black Derek Carr either. We don't need no him either. Clifford, the Black Raider, man. Welcome, Joseph Barger. And Snoops, what's up? Cool Kev, once again, what's going on, bro? Cool Kev telling you hi, too.
Cool Kid, what up, man? Joseph Barger, Snoops Hernandez, what's cracking, man? All eyes, what up, man? Clifford, what up? Chilling, man. We just fucking chilling, shooting the shit. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, you know what I mean? I've been lagging like fucking.
Get your riffs on for Gabe. Grams for Gabe. Grams for Gabe hasn't stopped.
Grams for Gabe. I gotta put the hand. Bro. Gotta make the hands.
You make the sad face, dude. The sad
Look
face.
At only a little bit. Only got that much.
That's it.
Look at this.
Maybe somebody's gonna get that on another show and show it to you, bro.
That's fuck. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, we were supposed to have
some of that.
We were supposed to have a collaboration with another channel of content creators that are Raiders, and by way of Josh the Goat. But I guess they canceled out. They didn't.
No, they just rescheduled.
They rescheduled. They probably seen our show and said, "Hell, nah, we ain't gonna be on." But I'm sure they seen our show before, and then it's all good, man. We like to get the chat involved and talk all our game, and to see how it's really close to being some good old fashioned badass football again. Weeks away to where it's gonna be easy to have a show and talk and fight and argue and tell the chat they don't know what the hell they talking about. So it's gonna be easy to do that. But first things first, Gabe. The first things first. You're still in the fuck the picks, huh? Fuck the picks. Fuck the
all
picks.
The way through. Oh, I can't. I'm not. All the way through.
Okay. I'm not. If Fuqua's there, Fuaga's there, that's what we're gonna get. Now, if we go all the ways down to like 8, 9, and you think Jaden, you think he can fall, bro? You think he can fall?
Not to no fucking
5.
Nah, I would say the furthest, and like this is like best case scenario. I would say just because after 3, it looks like some teams could go in other directions. The furthest I would say is like 6 or 7.
I don't see like JJ. What's his name? Could be better than Jaden Daniels. No way. I don't think it. Like I think when it comes to like the draft, I don't even think it always becomes. It's not necessarily like I've said this before. Like I don't think it's even necessarily who's better. I think it's necessarily like fit. Who do they feel like who they like more? Whose personality they like more? Who's what I mean? Who they feel could sell more tickets? Who you know what I mean? Like the Commanders have new ownership. Like who do they feel is gonna put butts in the seats? You know what I mean? So it's like new ownership's gonna be wanting money, dog. Like they're gonna be looking for winners right away. So like I don't know, man. The Commanders, it's all gonna depend on. I think it's really with them, bro. Like they're the number 2 pick. They could really throw a big wrench in it where that best case scenario could come into play. You know what I mean? Where like if they throw the monkey wrench in and they go with some people have been saying that like that somebody could like if they could go up and not go up, but they could probably possibly take JJ McCarthy at number 2, which is crazy to me. You know what I mean? But if
if they were to take, you know, JJ McCarthy at number 2, that's the monkey wrench that I think can possibly start, you know, making a domino effect now. You know what I mean? Then you got, you know what I mean, the you know, recently, you know, Gerard Mayo, you know, the head coach from the Patriots, also talking about, you know what I mean, like they need more stuff, you know what I mean, than the quarterback. Like they're in the process of rebuilding, you know what I mean, like they know that, you know, more is needed, you know what I mean, more is needed in their eyes, which I've been talking about that shit all off season. You know what I mean? Some people have been stuck on saying, you know, like that there's no way that the Patriots don't go a quarterback, you know what I mean, which I've been, you know, like, you know, you know, baby, I've been one of the first ones to be like, bro, like they to me are like a team that looks like they need a lot more, which it looks like a lot. It makes a lot of sense, you know what I mean, for them to trade and you know what I mean, stock up on draft picks, which it don't look like Kraft is going to be. He looks like he's into, you know what I mean, continuity, and he don't look like they can go 1-15. They could go 1-16, and he ain't gonna fire Gerard Mayo. You know what I mean? Gerard Mayo's in here for the long haul. I think, you know what I mean. He's gonna give up. Yeah, I think like that type of organization is gonna give him, you know what I mean, every opportunity necessary to you know what I mean, like either mess up, you know what I mean, or but do it his way. You know what I mean? So if I think that they're gonna trade away that 3rd pick. You know what I mean? Will the Raiders be, you know what I mean, in talks with that? But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, who will come up to 3? You know what I mean? Will it be somebody that wants a quarterback? Will it be somebody who wants a wide receiver? So like, it's just a lot of shit that could still happen in this draft, which that's why I say 6, 7 at the most. Like that's where I can see the most, but most likely he's going top 3. Jaden's going top 3.
So if it goes past 3 and the Raiders don't do nothing, will you be convinced? Will you be convinced that we ain't gonna get to do? Or are you gonna wait until 6?
Past 3? If it goes past 3, I'm waiting till 6 at that point, because you gotta see if they're, because I don't think Arizona's going quarterback. I don't think the Chargers are going quarterback. You know what I mean? Then it's 6. You know what I mean? 6 is the question. Where Giants, you know what I mean? Do Giants try to go quarterback? You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I see 6 or 7 at the best case scenario. But it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be a crazy ass draft, man. It's like there's too many good players in this top 10 of the draft, bro. Where I know the quarterbacks are the sexy pick and all of that shit, which we need one. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like downplay it just so like make it sound like, you know, so we can get one. But like, it's just there's a lot of players. For us, and there's, exactly, it's sexy for us, but some of these top teams in the top either are gonna, you can see them either trading back, or you know what I mean, a lot of these teams need receivers. You know what I mean? A lot of these teams need playmakers on their team. You know what I mean? There's still top defenders that are gonna go. You know, you obviously I don't see nothing but offensive players going top 10. So, you know, you still gonna see, you know, offensive linemen, you know, possibly defensive players who go in the top 10. Which, that's why I'm saying, bro, I don't think it's a lock to where, you know, like I think we don't have to push. Like it's not a lock that we have to go into the top 3. I think to get Jaden. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Well, what they're predicting, where I see him going to Moses 2, and 2, I can't see him in that air raid shit, bro. He's not. I can't see. It's gonna be a waste of his God-given, you know, talent if he goes to that. What was it? Kingsbury went to Washington. If he goes to him, he's gonna get all messed up. Now, I wouldn't want him after that, because he's gonna be locked into this, and just nobody does that stuff, and it's gonna be weird if he gets there. But if he drops down, you know, I hope we get him. I just don't want to give up that much. That's the whole.
That's for sure. But
Mr. Took Your Soul, what's up, man?
I like.
A couple
I'm
of
not gonna lie.
Chris,
I like
Chris from Protect the Shield. What's up, man?
Oh, yeah,
It's late over there to you, man. I'll send you it's 11:30 over there, so hey, just let me know, bud. Like to hear your views. I hear them all the time on your great show, but you want to speak with us, man? Me and Gabe are willing to chop it up with you. Go ahead, Gabe. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Just I forgot even what I was fucking gonna say.
Well,
But
quick update. Quick update. Golden State 81, Lakers 73.
Oh, okay.
Third quarter.
We need to win that game, dog. They a couple of teams lost today in front of them. They need to win that game, but we'll see. No, AD's not playing today.
How come he's not playing? One of the others not playing.
I don't know. But where are those? Oh, they could get this.
Okay. Now, what do we think about? Who else they got mocked to us a lot? Not as far as content creators, Raider content creators, and I have done a little bit of mock drafts, and I'm sure you have too. This Devondre Sweat kid ended up getting a DUI 3 weeks before he's going to get drafted.
Damn.
Now, is this gonna, for me, in a nutshell, bro, this is a audition for you to get a very, very good job, and if you're a top defensive tackle, Byron Murphy. I believe it was Byron Murphy. He's the one that's top dog. I see a Sweat in there, and he's always mocked to the Raiders. Third round, high second, bottom.
Not anymore.
Team. That's just he messing up, bro. You know what I mean? So you're auditioning for a job for all 32 teams that most people would give their limbs up for, and then you go out and drink and drive when probably your school or somebody that knows or someone that you're kicking it with can pick you up and take you home.
There's just too many car services now, dog, like where you can't be that dumb.
Exactly.
There's too many places where you can just you know what I mean? You're part of a program, we're a big program, where I'm pretty sure, they have foods who on call where you can go and they can go get you. There's Uber, there's Lyft, there's fucking taxis, there's all kinds of shit, dog. It's just being young and stupid, dog. Basically, sometimes, dog. We've all done it, but it's just fuck, man. It never fails. Like it's always one of these fucking draft picks, dog. Which crazy. It's crazy to see over and over.
The biggest guy out there, bro. He's the biggest defensive tackle out there. It's just the thing is the question on him was his conditioning. You know what I mean? Yeah. His conditioning. That was it. And then that happens with big guys, bro. And then I hate to, he's 300 and something pounds. He's 300 and something pounds. And yeah, he's off his board now. So the guy is 6'4", 366 pounds. Man, you got to be able to consume a grip of alcohol. It must take at least a keg for you to be 0.08. Shoot, I don't know where he's in, Texas or whatever, but man, I hate to see young kids like this. He's rated top 5 in defensive tackles, and defensive ends are included in this. So let's see, the 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive tackles in my group. He's the 4th best. So he's the biggest too. He's 366 pounds, man. That's hard to move, and that's something we could have used in the later rounds. It would have been a perfect young guy to get it. Has pedigree and the pro level. I'm pretty sure. I guess his father is pissed at him. He just washed away all his. He'll get picked. He'll get picked, but he's gonna have to get with the program. You have to. You can't do this before. And what's his name? Carter was dealing with this same thing when we were last year. We were dealing with the same thing with a draft pick that we wanted to. I'm not putting them together or saying, hey, this would have happened, but if you think about it, and just the dumb decision that you make, and you know what? I'm no saint. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for almost 10 years, and I hurt myself in a way to where I need the repercussions of drinking. I need something done to save my life. So, seeing young kids not seeing this from a young man with the pedigree of a father that's in the NFL and knows that teams will just wipe you off their board if this happens. It's just weird to me. It's very weird. So if all in all, maybe we could. I doubt that we'll draft him now, but I've seen him in every one of our mock drafts. Even ones I let go was this sweat kid. But Memo Raider has a question. Do you guys hear a rumor about Justin Herbert that Chargers are open to trade talks and that could change the strategy on everyone?
That's crazy.
If Harbaugh trades Justin Herbert, he should be fired on the spot. I think so. And we better be on that ass. We don't get Jaden Daniels. We better be on that ass to pick this kid up.
Nah, well, they wouldn't trade him to us, but he most likely would go probably.
Whoever they got picked, I'll give him a month.
He probably most likely would go to like an NFC team. He'd probably go to like. I can see Minnesota making a push for him.
Thank you, SoCal. Very deep. Thank you, SoCal.
I can see Minnesota making a push for him now. If that is true, if that does come true.
Michael, Mr. Mike G, the
I would throw the kitchen sink.
What's up?
If anything, I would throw the kitchen. I would try to go get Josh Allen, Raider Bigs. There's like I've been talking about that since they kind of let go of Diggs. Like, you know what I mean? It looks like they're kind of in rebuild mode. Like, it looks like they're trying to get rid of a lot of players. Defense. They got rid of Poyer. They got rid of Tre'Davious White. Von Miller's old. You know what I mean? They've gotten rid of, Diggs. They got rid of Gabe Davis. It's like they look like they're in like almost rebuild mode themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, like that shit would be crazy, man. Imagine draft day. You don't hear number 3. You don't hear the Raiders moving up, but you hear the Raiders make a trade to get Josh Allen. I mean, how would people feel about that shit?
Bro, we should have picked him when he was in the draft. He was there. We should have picked him when he was in the draft. You started saying all these names, and I'm starting to. What is the Bills doing, gang? Why you're in the AFC Championship game? What, 2 years in a row? 3 years in a row?
Got rid of all of those players, bro. All of them.
Diggs surprised me. Gabe, Gabe Davis. I like Gabe Davis, but I don't know.
They got some good tight ends, but they got their number one receiver is Khalil Shakir. They got a good running back. They found a good running back in you know what I mean? What's his name's brother? Kind of, off the top of my head right now, but
whose brother? Whose brother?
The running back from the Bills.
What is he? Cook?
Yeah, it was Dalvin Cook's brother. What's his name? I forgot his fucking name, but Dalvin Cook's brother. But he's a good running back, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's it. I mean, it's just basically, you know what I mean? They got the tight ends. They got two pretty cool, decent tight ends, but no receivers anymore. Their defense is old. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It looks like, if anything, that could be a move. You know what I mean? For any team probably that's looking up, to upgrade that quarterback. You know what I mean? That shit's. It's now's the time to strike because it looks like the Bills are a little vulnerable in that sense.
Has he signed a big contract yet? Is he still on his rookie deal?
He has signed a big contract, but I think he's in the midst of it. But I'm pretty sure he would be wanting either an extension or something. You know what I mean? If he gets traded.
Yeah. No to Dak Prescott, all eyes on G. You got to be tripping if you think I like that shit. No way, Dak Prescott, nah. The black Derek Carr, that's what he is. The black Derek Carr. No way.
I mean, we've been so much on the Jaden Daniels talk and all of the draft talk. It's just we gotta talk about something that makes some sense. You know what I mean? That does make sense. Josh Allen, crazy, man.
I'll do Josh Allen.
I don't like that.
Josh Allen. I'll do Herbert. But I'm Dak. Nah. Look at the. He ain't got no hardware. He got exactly what we got rid of. That's exactly what we got rid of.
Probably get Herbert just because I don't think they would trade within the division. You know what I mean? There's no way. But as far as the other guys, Josh Allen still is kind of iffy because that's still in between in the same conference. Most of the time when you trade a quarterback like that, you're trading him out of the conference. Especially out of the division. But that's why I see what people can say. Dak Prescott, but shit, I'm definitely not on that train.
It's gonna be average. Is that what we're so used? We're so used to being average. You gotta mention Dak Prescott's name because basically that's what he is with Dallas. He throws the ball up there. He has almost the best offensive lines in football year by year. Good running backs, defense. He couldn't mess up, but he just average quarterback.
I can see Dallas making a blockbuster trade. Herbert for fucking Dak.
Oh, Harbaugh don't want that. Harbaugh won't want that. Harbaugh, the epitome of what a quarterback needs to be is a guy that hands the ball off.
Harbaugh. No, you're right because I think Harbaugh is willing to get rid of Herbert right now just because he doesn't want to take on that contract that Herbert's most likely going to get, and he wants. I've heard of this on one, and it makes totally sense. It totally makes a lot of sense. He knows the landscape of college football right now, right? He's been in college football the last 5 years, so he knows a lot of players from a lot of places. You know what I mean? He's went and recruited a lot of the players. He's recruited a lot of players that are on rival teams, on Ohio State, and he's just recruited a lot of players. So he knows a lot of the college football landscape kind of. So it looks like if any time for him to pull the trigger on Herbert, you know what I mean, and him try to build a team and, you know, mold the team in his image, it would be now, you know what I mean, to try to go, you know what I mean, to try to go get, you know, as many picks as possible, you know, and trading away Herbert and possibly getting JJ McCarthy, you know what I mean, and possibly, you know, just, you know, molding the team the way he wants to, because, I mean, honestly, it looks like they're kind of, other than the quarterback, it looks like they're kind of rebuilding too. You know what I mean? But so it looks like
they're going more like through a transition. I would say the transition more than a rebuild.
Just
they lost a receiver,
but it's transition because of the Herbert thing. But you trade away Herbert and it's a full-on rebuild.
I would. You know what
I mean,
I'll say that.
Started with a rookie. That player that separates it. That player that's holding that together. That basically holding that transition or fucking, you know, rebuild. It's basically holding it by a thread, dog, because you trade Herbert and it's a rebuild. You keep Herbert and, you know, you give him money and it's still going to be tough to build, you know, a win around him because he's looking to get, you know, break the bank.
Oh, Herbert? You get $60 million. $60 million, bro. I don't want to pay that shit. I'd rather stay with Minshew. And we're not saying that Herbert and Allen are coming here. We're just playing a little pretend game that, hey, if he is expendable and if he is dangling out there, we should go out there and give it a try.
But I don't want Herbert. Like, to be honest, I don't want Herbert just because I've talked too much shit about him. You know, I don't want Herbert now, and I just think it's just too hard to try to go get a player like that just because of the simple.
You're gonna have to take it all back. You have to take it all back and root for the dude
in the division, dog. Like I don't see him coming to the Raiders. That's for sure.
I wouldn't want him on the Raiders. I'd rather go with Jaden, Minshew, and AOC. I was hearing a show that Josh had, and he was saying that Aiden yoked up. Aiden's a big dude, so I guess he's getting ready there, huh? Than what we're saying. You know, maybe the kid is taking this opportunity and shining with it, bro. I ain't let this Minshew dude come in here and beat me. You know, I ain't gonna let Jaden Daniels. I know he can run around, but I'm gonna see what I can do with mine. I'll tell you this right now: quicker you release, the better your accuracy is. You don't need to run around. So he has the starting points of that. You know, he can make every NFL throw, which it's hard for quarterbacks to do. A lot of quarterbacks just got deep balls or, you know, deep slants, and, you know, it matters what school you go to, but, you know, he has all NFL throws down pat. Now, can he get that release fast enough to get it in there to where he don't have to run, you know, or hang on to the ball that long like he was? Then we'll see. You know, but I don't see that coming, so that's why I'm gonna go with Minshew. I'll take Minshew over. I think I'll take Minshew over AOC to run the team from the start. If we don't get Jaden Daniels, and I think Jaden Daniels, just athleticism alone and speed, and maybe arm strength. He has a good arm, so I think right there beats him just with athleticism and speed. You know, you can't not have that on the field, Gabe.
Yeah,
you have to have that on the field. It'll be different.
I'm expecting big things from the last year's rookies though too, dog, that were picked up. You know, second, third round. You know what I mean? Fucking Trey Tucker and you know Michael Mayer, man. Like, those guys need to step up this year too. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna make those guys need to step up to where the point where it's gonna make it easier for any quarterback who's playing back there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you're you're counting on Jacoby and Da doing their thing. You know what I mean? But the other guys, you know what I mean? They gotta Trey. Trey kind of came along. He make some big plays. You know what I mean? But he needs to be more consistent. He did drop some. You know what I mean? So he needs to be more consistent in that aspect. But he looks like he could be a game changer. You know what I mean? He has the speed. You know what I mean? He has that game changing speed. So like him and Michael Mayer, man, like he looks like a beast out there now. Let's put that all together, man. Let's put it all together and let's be the extension to our offensive line. You know what I mean? Let's be that extension to our offensive line where it makes it dangerous. Where you know what I mean? We can run play action and be real effective with it because you know what I mean. If he kind of sheds. He kind of goes block and sheds it, and he kind of goes out to the flat. You know what I mean? Aiden or whoever's playing quarterback can always have that available to him. You know what I mean? But like, it's just that they gotta be the outlets. You know what I mean? Him, guys like Alexander Madison. Coming in. For like he's supposedly gonna be the the pass catching back. Him, Abdullah. I mean, those guys are gonna be big time. They're gonna play big time, you know what I mean, on the success of whoever's playing quarterback back there because they gotta play, they gotta play effective in the road, man, and they gotta be, you know what I mean, especially Michael Mayer. You know what I mean? Michael Mayer looks like I was big on him. I love that they picked him up, but you know what I mean. I know Gravy. You've kind of had your a little bit doubts on him sometimes, but I just think that. He looks like when he's out there he could be a dog, but I didn't like the mere fact that you know what I mean the mere fact that anytime Turf Toe gets mentioned it's just like PTSD for me, dog. You know what I mean? I just don't like it, but I'm expecting big things out of last year's rookies, man, and on the defense side, Bennett. You know what I mean? Hopefully he can make up for last year's mishaps.
Happy Boss, what's up, man? Good to have you in here. We haven't seen you before, but welcome. Always welcome. We got to go online first round. It's a must. Yes, sir. I believe you.
Okay.
I believe that's the outfit. We got different opinions with the people that are on this show. Yeah, we got Gabe, Choppy. If you don't know, we have Gabe that's fuck the Vicks. It's gonna get Jaden Daniels or somebody, but he basically most likely is Jaden Daniels. I'm a more let's get a tackle, let's build the trenches up, because I expect if we do that, then we're not gonna get Jaden Daniels, and then we're gonna have to protect the quarterbacks that we have. So protection has always been my thing. So, and then running the football. I think we need to get a running back out of this draft pretty high. I'm saying third, second round, and see how that goes because I'm not satisfied with White at all. But 3 weeks to find out.
I know, Gravy. I mean. I'm not big on how you I know that it would be great, you know what I mean, to get a guy like Trey Benson, Allen, but I'm just I don't know, man. I it's not that I'm fully, like oh shit, you know what I mean, like Samir's the shit, you know what I mean?
I'm not saying that he's a bust or
I'm not even saying that I'm not even saying that I'm like totally like I get you. I get that you say like you're not convinced on him. Like I'm just the only thing is I'm like I'd rather see him like what he gave me in the last 4 games. I know that like it would be cool to get like some insurance policy, like try to get somebody that's that maybe coming big time out of college or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, I think with those 4 games, like as much as I'm like not totally sold on him, I think he can. He at least gave me the at least a little bit of okay, like I'll give you this next year, dog. Let's see what you can do when it's your team. Let's see what like if he can give us one good year and shit. maybe we got a star in our hands, bro. You never know.
That would convince me. That would convince me. You know, if he's around mid-season, 600-700 yards, I got a problem with it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm not totally convinced. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh shit, you know what I mean? If we take a quarterback that's fucked up, you know, Samir, we don't need a running back, you know, we don't like all this shit. Like, nah, I'm not gonna trust me. I'll be like, okay, fuck yeah, we got a running back, whatever. But you know what I mean? But it's like those, at least having, like, if we don't pick a running back in the draft, I won't be totally, you know, like, I just won't be like, okay, like I'll still be like, okay, fuck, cool, you know what I mean? Let's see what else we got, you know what I mean? But I'm because I'm just a little bit confident. I just that he just gave me a little bit of more confidence in what he did in those last 4 games. I know it was only a small sample size, but it's just so at least he could do it.
Well, he's looking like it, man. I'm seeing him hitting them weights, so he ain't playing around. That's what I like to see. He ain't playing around, so that's what I like to see. It's just like a different you know, I seen what Zeus could do, and then you add we look at the tapes of Trey Benson and Allen and all them guys, and we say, wow, these two put together. You know, it was supposed to be like, hey, Josh Jacobs and Zeus, change of pace type thing, but what you got is exactly same back. Just one's a little bit faster. And I don't think Madison is going to be a value to the Raiders. I think he might be a training camp hit. You know, if we do something, in the draft as far as running back is concerned, I think Madison's the one to go. I think Abdullah's a way better third down back. And the other guys, we're just waiting to see what they could do. They just hang around. They must be doing something good, but they can just keep hanging around and getting paid. I could do that. I'll get my ass knocked out in practice. I'll be a dummy. I'll be a hit dummy for practice for $50,000 a week.
I want to see what Madison can do for us too. Like, that's why I'm kind of like, our running back is not the best. I mean, our running back group ain't the best, but I think we can. I wouldn't mind going with these two with these guys if that's what we're gonna go with. I think there's bigger roles we need to fill. You know what I mean? Quarterback, offensive line. I think those are more important, but I wouldn't be mad if we get a Trey Benson. I mean, that dude, he looks like he jumps off the street
in a high third round, late second. You wouldn't get mad?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't be mad at like, you know, if that's, you know, but I just think that we're cool back there. Like, we're not, like I'm saying, we're not the best.
A couple of lives ago, you were saying, yeah, I know I said that, but we could get him in fifth, and we'll get a corner. You know, we could get a corner.
There's running backs that you can get late, I think, in this draft.
Yeah,
I think a lot of these guys,
a bunch of them. That's what's good.
I think there's a lot of running backs that we've even been talking about that might even fall. You know what I mean? Like Allen, like Wright from Tennessee. You know what I mean? Like, those guys might be picked up in the 4th, 5th round. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how, like, you know, Dylan Johnson from Washington. You know, there's a lot of running backs. You know what I mean? That are going to be picked late in this draft. Which, that's why I'm saying I wouldn't mind if we take one late. But I mean, at that point, I don't think that if we take one late, you know what I mean, I'd rather go with what we have right now and use those picks on, you know what I mean, because I do believe in, you know what I mean, the value that I think that Telesco brings. So, you know, I think even those late round picks are going to matter, you know what I mean, because I think that's where we can make some in this draft. I think how deep it is, every draft pick's going to matter. fifth, sixth, seventh picks. All those are gonna matter, bro. So like, because that's how deep I think I believe in this draft. Like, there's gonna be offensive linemen. There's gonna be a running back that you could probably find in the 6th round. You know what I mean? There's gonna be linebackers you could probably find in the 6th round, shit like that. You know what I mean? So I just think that there's a lot of value in this draft, and I think that's where you can find a lot of value. Now getting rid of the top end of your draft, that's a different story.
I like John G, like Madison. You know, Madison, he was supposed to, when Cooks left, he was supposed to take over as running back 1. Didn't do that. He got 700 total yards with a grip of carries. And they're such a pass happy throwing team. You know, I seen in the chat that they were throwing 8 in the box. You can't do that. You can't put 8 in the box when you got Jefferson out there or Addison out there. You can't. There's no way you're gonna do that. You're gonna have coverage. You're gonna play more nickel or something like that. But you're not gonna nickel or dime. You're not gonna.
Minnesota's offensive line also struggled last year, man. I think that was you know what I mean. They were really bad in their offensive line. I think that's why, you know what I mean. It showed up with them, you know, like so. That's why I think, you know, Madison kind of struggled a lot too. Their run game struggled as a whole. You know what I mean? But who knows, man? I just think that our run game, you know what I mean, that is one thing I think Getsy, you know, is kind of banking on. You know what I mean? He did, you know, was the offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears, which, you know, did lead the league in rushing. You know what I mean? So I think that's what he's banking on, and hopefully he schemes it up, man, to where, you know, he whoever's back there is effective. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, it's a weird predicament here because we played Minnesota, and they only got 3 points scored against us, and we just go shit on them. So their offensive line must have been bad, and that means our defensive line was pretty good. So, but that was the most shittiest game I watched in a long ass time. I tell you that. But that's something I want to forget. But I didn't know what Madison did that day. You know, I could probably find it, but if somebody's in the chat and has a computer around them or something, they let me know how many yards Madison had against us when we played against them. That would be good to know. Because
I think he had a good amount. I think he had like a good 80-something yards or something.
I remember him going. I remember him getting a few good runs against us.
Yeah, he did.
I remember that. I
know his average wasn't high, but like, shit. I just think that it's all, you know, like it's on who the personnel is out there, dog. And I just think that the Vikings were a pass heavy team last year when Cousins was out there. You know what I mean? And then when they had, you know, Justin Jefferson and Addison, like you said, you know what I mean? They were a team that was pass first. You know what I mean? Wasn't really into running the ball. You know what I mean? Kevin O'Connell is into that. You know what I mean? He's into that type of like you know that pass game. You know, like the evolution of the, you know, the more of the evolution of the game. You know what I mean? Where it's, you know what I mean, they're trying to pass the ball as many times as they can. You know what I mean? They feel like, I mean, especially with having that type of receiver, you know what I mean, and Kirk Cousins as a pocket passer, I just think that they could have, you know, did themselves a favor and ran the ball, because I think that they would have made themselves more effective. But, you know, it just wasn't in their offense. You know what I mean? I just think that, and that's where Madison kind of, you know what I mean, Madison kind of got the bad end of the stick right there. And I just think this is a better situation for him.
Yeah, 10 carries for 66 yards. Not bad. Against a defense that was up and coming, that was playing very well. And,
hey, 6.6 yards a carry right there, dog. That's pretty damn good.
And you know, we shut down. I don't know if Jefferson was playing, was he? I think it was just Addison. I think Jefferson was he hurt? He was hurt.
Yeah, Jefferson was hurt.
Yeah, I think it was Addison.
He got hurt in that game, didn't he?
Yeah. Early.
He got hurt again. He re-hurt himself again in that game or something like that. Yep.
And Cousins wasn't playing. And
Yeah, it was.
who in the hell was the quarterback? I know
It
we
was
played at least.
It was Dodds at first,
Yeah,
and then
Dobbs got traded.
and then in the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, they put in the dude that was our backup in preseason. What's his name? Fucking he was with the 49ers. He kicked our ass. Mullins.
Bedford.
Mullins.
Oh yeah, I got us again, huh? Mullins.
Yeah, he ended up coming in and fucking.
I remember
put him
that
in.
IG chat we had. I remember when that IG shit chat we had, and we were saying, does AP trot out Garoppolo at halftime? That's what Gabe was mad, bro. You should have heard Gabe was pissed off at his boy. I don't know. He didn't recover. You know, you can't say he had an all right game because we got 0 points at home, 3-0 at home. I just don't want to talk about that fucking game. That game's over.
Yeah, that game was horrible, bro. That game was fucking horrible. That was fucking headache, bro.
Mr. Jack Tanner, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Jack.
John 7 at the studios. Dirty Eric 1500. I like to do that 1500. But
I don't know. I just I like our running back room. Not like it's not gonna be a star-studded cast, but they're gonna be They're gonna be like, you remember when fucking Gruden was on Monday Night Football? There's gonna be some Gruden grinders. They're gonna be those kind of guys. You know what I mean? They're gonna do the dirty work for us on the offense, bro. But I think that, like, you know, when it comes to, you know what I mean, I think our rookies, what I was talking about earlier, I think Michael Mayer and Trey Tucker are gonna be guys who are going to develop into bigger weapons on this offense, and then you got guys who are already established. And you know, Jacoby Myers is a solidified, you know, a bona fide dog. Like, he could be a number one on over half of the league. Dog. Like, he could be a number one receiver. You know what I mean? So like having him, and then DA, I think even on the down year, he's still getting 1,000 yards and 100 catches. You know what I mean? So. I don't know. I think those guys are going to do the work. You know what I mean? And regardless of who, I mean, you know me. You know, I want a quarterback, but even if we go with whoever we have right now, like if it's fucking, you know, AOC, or if it's, you know, Uncle Rico, you know what I mean? It's fucking Minshew, but I think it's. Regardless, AOC is going to be better, and I've seen Minshew enough to where, you know what I mean, he gives us enough to where it's better than what we had last year. You know what I mean? And because, you know what I mean, AOC was a rookie, and, you know, it didn't help that we had a rookie offensive coordinator as well. You know what I mean? But so I know AOC is going to get better. So like, it's not that I'm saying it's not shitting on AOC that, you know, it's like saying Minshew is better than what we had last year, but even AOC is going to be better than what he was last year. You know what I mean? So it's like anything is better than what we had last year. So either one of those guys is still better than what we had last year. So it's like, and that's where I could see like our offense being better no matter what. You know what I mean? And just the development. I haven't seen anything. You know what I mean? That doesn't tell me that these guys are not going to develop. You know, like I've seen enough of them that I believe in that. You know, like at least Ziegler did that right. You know what I mean? He gave us some good draft picks at the end. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I like Tucker, I like Mayer, I like, you know what I mean. AOC, you know, he's going to play a role on this team. You know what I mean? There's guys in last year's draft who look like they're gonna possibly stick around, you know what I mean, for a while. So at least if anything, that's the only thing, you know, Ziegler has left on this team. You know, the only imprint Ziegler has left on his team. So, but I believe in this coaching staff enough that those guys are gonna develop into better players.
Nah, Rebel. I think Slotson. I think Mayers is a legit number 2. What did he do wrong? Mayers did nothing but clutch for us when when Devontae had his concussion issues, who was catching all them balls, man, getting them games?
I think it's more of wanting Mayer to play that number 2 so he can open up the game because Jacoby is deadly at the slot too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's a legitimate slot, but Trey Tucker is not a number 2. He's too small to be a number 2. So
that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying about number 11 in Miami too. You know what I mean?
Number 10.
Well, yeah, number 10 in Miami too. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not comparing them to him. You know what I mean? But if
Tyreek can play anywhere on the field though. You know, and I'm pretty sure with speed like that, bro. With speed like that, you can play anywhere on the field. You can play running back. You can play fucking fullback. You can play tight end. You can play X, Y, Z. You can play everything.
Tucker plays more like his game is more meant to be like a number 2, where it's, you know what I mean, you're gonna play complementary football to like the number 1, right? Like the number 1 guy is gonna be able to do everything. I mean, the number 2 guy is gonna be your guy who stretches the field, and your slot guy can run, you know, basically every route in the route tree as well. You know what I mean? Because that's when they're most effective. You know what I mean? Like that's when Renfro was most effective, and I see Jacoby playing that role perfect. You know what I mean? Jacoby Myers shit would be deadly in the slot. You know what I mean? Like if Trey Tucker could find a way to be that number 2 receiver, and it's not saying that Trey is better than Jacoby. It's just that if Trey could play that role, that'll be better even for Jacoby, because I think Jacoby's better suited in the slot role.
Jacoby was a great slot. That's where he was at New England, and that's where he made it. He got paid well.
Yeah,
Crazy question. If DA was gone, would you say Myers is the number 1 guy? If DA was gone, Myers would have to be the number 1 unless we went out and got somebody on the draft. Now answer me this question, Gabe. We always mess with each other with this. Well, we didn't get Daniels, and we have a tackle there. You know, but what if there is a tackle there and it's a need, but the best wide receiver in the draft is there too, like Harrison Jr. or a Bunze, or you know Nabers or something like that. What was it? Say like Harrison's there. What do you think that AP will be kind of puckering up his nutsack, ready to go get this dude, or what? What do you think he's gonna do? He got the balls to pull that. He got the balls to pull that trigger.
I think that's more unlikely to happen than fucking us getting Jaden Daniels, but like, because Marvin Harrison Jr. ain't making it past like, but if he was there, there's no way I'm not taking him. But
you said if Adonza is there at 13, you'll take him.
I like Adonze. You know what I mean? Because but that's only if that. But remember, my thing was if you're able to go. Like the only way we're getting Adonze is if you can find a way to trade back into the, like, say like at 13, Adonze's there, right? You get Adonze because he ain't making it past there, but you know Penix is still on the board. Say Penix and Adonze's on the board. You know what I mean? You take Adonze at 13 and you do whatever possible to try to maybe move back into the first round to try to pick up a Penix to pair up with him. And then that would make perfect sense for me. But like shit, that's the only way I would do that shit. But like, then again, you still need. I would go for sure. You know what I mean? The rest of the fucking, at least the next 2 rounds, try to find somebody on that right side of the line.
No. Wow, man, Raiders mama. Remember you having more of a better news than this. I'm sorry to hear that. And much love to you from us at Raider Nation Live, and much blessings from our chat. Please give a shout out to Raider Mama. Yeah, Raider Mama 2489. See if we got anything we can do for her. And sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of makes him not want to talk about the draft anymore, huh?
Yeah.
But in all things aside, Gabe, I think if we move, oh man, if I'm trying to wrap my head around getting more on your side, because I had like a reminiscence when I was at work, because the kids were whatever that is. I can't say that shit. That's a new word. Yeah, I guess so. And then if we get this guy, and then I'm starting to think that AP has to know he has time with this kid, and then maybe Davis gave him a certain amount of time to he must have gave him more than 3-4 years for him to get ready. You just can't give a quarterback that you move up for just 2 years, and then you're not going to see him develop. Now we're saying that
are we saying the same thing for AOC though?
We didn't say the same thing. He just threw him in.
What I mean is, like, shit, he got 1 year. Are we gonna give up on him like that? Like, are we not gonna see what he has? And I am, my answer. I'm just asking it as a redundant question, but you know what I mean? Like, we say, like, we can't give up on a quarterback that fast, but do kind of, we are kind of throwing aside, you know what I mean? Fucking, I've seen enough personally, but like, we are kind of throwing aside AOC. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen enough to make me think that, like, he's never going to be mobile enough, or, you know what I mean? Like, just doesn't look like, you know what I mean? But then again, you know what I mean? There's guys, Josh saying, he's bulking up. That doesn't mean he's getting faster or anything like that, but who's to say he's not, you know what I mean? So he must be working, you know what I mean? At some capacity, he must be working his game, you know what I mean? So, but shit, man, like, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be a crazy ride. It's gonna be a nice ride, though. I think it's gonna be a cool one, though, man. I'm excited. Either way we go, but my take on it. But fuck, man, like it's cool to know that there's at least optimism in the building, dog. There's a new energy in the building. You know what I mean? With the AP, you know what I mean? With all the new, all the new personnel. Rob Leonard. You know what I mean? Ricky Manning Jr. You know what I mean? Fucking. So it's just all of those guys. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just crazy, man. Like, Rob Leonard gets me fired up too. You know what I mean? Listening to on fucking, like on Max. With Max Crosby, you know what I mean? He has the same fucking intensity as fucking, as a defensive lineman, you know what I mean? He plays that perfect role, man. Like, he ain't afraid to, like, even talk shit to, like, to Max, you know what I mean? He's gonna hold those guys accountable, and that's the reason why I believe that Tyree's gonna get better too, dog. Like, I just think that guy's not gonna sugarcoat nothing. You know what I mean? He's gonna tell Tyree the way it is, and I think, like, Tyree looks like he looks like he's getting the message, bro. He looks like he's out there working. So that's like that'll be for another day. We don't have to get into that, but like, you know what I mean? We're gonna see that shit. I think we're gonna see that shit. Coming to another live, because that'll take another 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not allowed to talk about Tyree.
I just like everybody, like Tank, for Cadillac, Cadillac Williams, fucking, our running backs coach, you know what I mean? Fucking our wide receivers coach, you know what I mean? Like, Edgar fucking what's his name?
Edgar Bennett, the wide receivers coach.
Yeah, Edgar Bennett. Yeah, our wide receivers coach. You know what I mean? Fucking is AP. You know what I mean? All of them. You know what I mean? The only one I would say like our biggest question mark. I would say, you know what I mean? I like all our staff. I mean, I would say our biggest question mark is Getsy, but you know what I mean? It's just because he does bring. He did get fired. You know what I mean? He is coming from a team where, you know what I mean? Like it was they led the league in rushing, but it was a below 500 team as well, where, you know what I mean, they had Justin Fields, who is a first round quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of like it's that I would just say it's not that I don't believe in the guy could get better or anything like that. It's just that I would say the most question marks is with him because he does have a lot to prove. Everything he has a lot to prove with, you know, with getting this offense. You know what I mean? Because this offense was a bottom half of the bottom half. You know what I mean, of the league. You know what I mean? So it's like shit. Even below that, you know what I mean? Bottom quarter of the league. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, and he I think he has the most to prove. You know what I mean? He needs to get this. He was brought in here to get the ship right. You know what I mean? To right the ship on the offensive side. You know what I mean? With whoever we have at the helm at quarterback. You know what I mean? Minshew, AOC, whoever we pick at quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think he has the most to prove. I like as much as I like our whole staff, but I think he has the most to prove. I mean, other than AP, of course, you know what I mean, because this is his whole.
He's new at this too.
Yeah,
all of them.
This is his staff as a whole, but I'm just saying as like the supporting staff, like I would say he has the most to prove, because I think, you know, our defensive coordinator, you know, Patrick Graham, showed last year, you know what I mean, what he could do. You know what I mean, when he's given, you know what I mean, finally the, you know what I mean, the reins to the defense. You know what I mean, when, you know what I mean, you heard it when what's his name got let go. You know what I mean, when all of them got let go. You know what I mean, on Halloween. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, the chains were gonna get let. You know, the you know, the gates were gonna get let open basically for him. You know what I mean. So like, and he didn't prove us wrong. You know what I mean. Patrick Graham actually fucking, it made perfect sense. You know what I mean. Like, I was the first one to like question. You know what I mean. Like, shit, man. Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean, Patrick Graham, you know, he stood around, but he proved me wrong. That's for damn sure. I mean, that the way that defense performed in those last 9 games, that shit was, you know what I mean?
It was like borderline best defense in the league, weren't they?
For real, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was unheard of, like, for like a defense to be that like that bad when McDaniels left to literally, you know what I mean, the top scoring defense. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Top 10 in a lot of categories, top 5 in a lot of categories, you know, after he left. You know what I mean? So it's like, that shit was a turnaround that you don't see. You don't see. Like that's not normal. That's not fucking normal in the NFL, bro. You don't see that shit happen overnight, bro. And it wasn't like if it was 2-3 games. It was 9 fucking games in the NFL. You know what I mean? So that's why I see this. I don't know, man. I just see like Getsy as the one with the most to prove. The defense looks like it's good. I like our supporting cast on everywhere. You know what I mean? Receivers, you know, fucking everywhere. It's just Getsy. You know what I mean? He has, you know what I mean? He has that running back room. You know what I mean? He has a new quarterback. So we're gonna see what Getsy can do.
Yeah, all eyes. I agree with you. I think McDaniels strapped up Graham. You know, it's just so weird what happened there. It's just, this guy was like so unprepared. With McDaniels, it was so unprepared. You know, he didn't get along with any of his great players. He didn't do shit for them. You know, none of them liked him. You know, DA says he loves McDaniels, but things needed to change in his interviews and stuff. But I don't understand how he get that bad. Never seen it on a team. Get that bad at a coach.
It's kind of like
never seen it
effect to like where you got. I think he fell out of like it looked like he didn't want to be there. It looked like the players didn't want to play for that type of, like they could see it in the coach that he didn't want to be there, and it looked like it was just a whole total like like you could see like in the first year he did what he could, but guys were just like they weren't on the same page. The quarterback and the fucking coach weren't on the same page, and then after that it looks like he wore thin real quick on everybody else. I mean, like real thin.
You think he was just waiting it out when he was gonna get? How do you do your
job?
It
looked like it, bro. Yeah. It looked like he was just waiting to get fired. At a certain point, it looked like he was just waiting to get fired because it was just ridiculous, dog. Like you're considered like one of the geniuses, supposedly. You know what I mean? Like because of your offense, it's still one of the hardest fucking to learn and all of this shit. It's 100 pages long and this shit. But like, what good is it if you're not if you're just trying to go over plays and not like perfect them with your players? If like you don't have the personnel to like like you haven't been running it for 8 years, 9 years to where you can run 100 plays. And I think it wore on his attitude. You know what I mean? That guys didn't get it. Like he was so used to like like that and he ran it to perfection, like and he had the quarterback to do it too, and over there in New England that guys knew that playbook like the back of their hands, you know what I mean? And it looked like he was getting frustrated, like, and it's just he was resting on like like on everything that he's done in New England. And you could tell when like the Coons thing, when Coons was in the doghouse for barely touching the quarterback and all of this shit, it looks like he was just frustrated with guys, and the team could feel that with him too. You know what I mean? So it's like it just wasn't, and it was a second time, and it was a second fucking time.
Yeah, I was a McDaniels guy. Yeah, it was just the offense. It wasn't him personally, but it was just. I thought that offense, once it popped and they got it, was going to be explosive, and usually it is. But we didn't have the quarterback, so both times.
Second time, fucking already fucking up, dog. And as a head coach, you know what I mean? It's like I'm surprised if he'll ever get another chance as a head coach again.
Maybe at New England if they want to change their Patriot way, but the Patriot way is dead.
Yeah, I don't know about
we got to start the. We did the fuck the Patriot way. Get the fuck out of here. Close the door on the Patriot way. We see how it works with other teams, with tradition, with certain stigmatic stamp on the NFL that you try to bring something else into that Raiderism. It ain't gonna work, man. Not for me. I thought it would.
Yeah,
but it didn't even have a chance, bro.
It didn't have a chance because it's look at the way fucking people will put up with that shit. I guess over there in New England, that's why like look at what like how Jack Jones said, dog. Like I guess they have those fans that will put up with that shit over here. They just won't, dog, and it's just. I mean, a year and a half. It's not a long time actually for a coach, but it wasn't getting any better though.
Raider Biggs has a pretty good question. A question for you too. Would you rather have draft picks or trade picks for proven players like the Rams done when they won the Super Bowl?
That's what I'm saying. Like that would be like the craziest shit. Like if you go. Say fuck them picks, right? But you go and go
use
trade
the money
for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like the way that the Rams did for Stafford, but the Raiders do that for fucking Josh Allen.
And then their fall off was just 1 year, bro. And then they're back in the playoffs last year with good picks, bro.
And they still got that quarterback.
I knew Puka was gonna be good, bro. And then they had that defensive lineman. the almost rookie of the year, that defensive lineman they got. They didn't have a lot of picks.
Ooh.
They only had like for the Rams.
Yeah. That's crazy though, man. Like, I would fucking love that shit, dog. Like, if I'm telling you right now, dog, like, I'm all for that. Like, if the Raiders, like, I know that I've been, Jaden Daniels, but the Raiders were to fucking make that shit happen, bro. Like,
if we go down to the 5th round and get Ladd McConkey, and he ends up to be a superstar, rookie of the year, I said that'd be badass, bro. You know what I mean?
Josh fucking Allen, dog. Like, that would be my dream scenario, but that shit's a long, long shot. But you never know, man. It looks like the Bills are looking like they look like they're in that direction, but like we said earlier with the Chargers, you know what I mean? Like, they have the quarterbacks, so they have like the thing that you need the most already in hand. So it's never gonna look like a full rebuild because you have that piece, right? But like, they're literally on that verge, man. Like, them and the Chargers are literally on that verge. They get like, that's why it doesn't make like, I don't doubt that the Chargers will take calls on, maybe something sounds super good, you know what I mean, that an offer they can't refuse to fucking for Herbert, or like, you know what I mean, or something like that along the lines with Josh Allen, you know what I mean? So it's like, man, it's just it's crazy, man. And those teams have gotten rid of a lot this offseason. A lot, bro. Like Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, you know what I mean? Like,
Derwin James.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, for sure.
I don't blame them, bro.
I'm just talking about the list of players from both teams, like, Poirier, Tre'Davious White, you know what I mean? You got, fucking the receivers, Diggs, fucking Gabe Davis, you know what I mean? You just got so many guys let go on both teams. It looks like both teams are one quarterback trade away from a total rebuild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
hey,
like,
Loon,
you got it, Loon.
You got it, Loon. You know where it's at.
Oh, Loon's in the building. What up, Loon?
That's
what I'm saying. Like, if Allen wants out, I'm telling you right now, dog, the Raiders, I hope the Raiders make that fucking call, man.
So you'll pay Allen and his probably $65 million contract over Jaden Daniels? You would do that?
It's just like when you put it that way, like, obviously I want that rookie contract, but and I don't want to say like I'd rather go with the proven player, because like, as much as Josh Allen is good, he doesn't prove his shit, but damn, dog, he's a fucking hell of a player, man. And to have him on the Raiders, like,
but what has he won? What has he won?
I got Miami. That's what I'm saying.
Miami wins their division. Miami wins their division every year.
But fuck, man, Josh Allen on this team, dog. Like,
oh, is that Dak all over again?
No.
Can't win shit.
Nah, he's better than
that.
Is that
Derek Carr? You can't win shit. He's gonna be on the Bills. He's gonna be on the Bills for 9 years and win playoff games. Take you to the playoffs.
No, why do you gotta fucking do that to me, though? Like, damn, Jaden Daniels. Like, I'm still gonna go with Jaden Daniels as my first option, but like, fuck, man, like, if you're gonna get rid of picks, a lot of picks, would you rather get rid of a lot of picks?
A lot of picks and a lot of money.
A lot of picks and a lot of money, or a lot of picks and a risk?
Look, I'll get Jimmy.
I think that it's a good risk. I think it's a good risk, but man,
Gabe's so loaded. He making up shit. He's making up trades already.
Hey, no, it's not far fetched, though. Like, Allen, I'm telling you now. Once I seen, like once I seen that fucking, like, it was already iffy. It looked like they were already going to start having to for sure go defensive heavy to have any chance to become a contender again in Buffalo. But when they traded away Stephon Diggs, though, like that literally told me, like, damn, like, no matter if they go pick up a receiver that's a rookie or whatever, like, they're not going to contend with no fucking top team in the AFC next year.
Quarterback wise, yeah.
Quarterback wise, yeah, but like, I don't see Buffalo competing with like the top teams in the AFC next year. So it's like they lost too much defense. They lost too much, you know, on their offense to like. That's why I'm saying, like, hey, bro, like if any time would be now. If any time that was like Josh Allen was ever gonna go anywhere, now would be the time. But for sure, it's far fetched. But it's I'm like, if any time was if now is better than any other time, dog.
It was like, fuck the picks. Hashtag Josh Allen. Fuck the picks. Fuck them picks. Hashtag Josh Allen.
And if he wants to really go compete, if he ain't scared of like the fucking competition, and it looks like he ain't, dog. It looks like he's fell short plenty of times, but he's not scared of the competition. But it, like, he wants to go make that rivalry real with him and Patrick Mahomes.
That'll be dope. You know what would be good? And being in the same division as the dude. Damn. I don't know, Gabe. That's crazy thinking, bro. That's crazy thinking.
It is. Don't get me wrong, it is. But man, that shit would be crazy.
Much love
as it is crazy, it would be crazy.
Yeah, we want to get crazy on the show, then we get crazy. Much love to Jack Kenya.
And we got 60 days now to make all of these shits up. But go ahead. Jack Kenya, salute. Thank you.
Salute, Jack Kenya, thank you. I'm going to put that in my pocket. We know the trade move up for one player or another. Now kick returner touchdowns going to happen. Do we have doing that with Trey T? So basically what you're talking about is the special teams being changed. Is that going to be an asset for us? I think the returners that we have, I think it'll be good. I think the blocking is going to be more smaller. You can put bigger guys out there now. You can put probably some tackles out there.
There's going to be a lot of returns now. Like, there's going to be a lot of returns now. Like, but I think we have a cool amount of return. Like, I think
our return game's good.
We got Abdullah. I don't know, man. I know that DeAndre Carter's gone, so I know he's gone. But
I think that's Trey's to take over. I think that
I can see any of those. I can see any of those two guys taking over. You know what I mean? Abdullah or Trey Tucker. Kickoff return, I would see more Abdullah. I would say more punt return, maybe Trey.
I started this Josh Allen shit, and this is the thinks I get. Evidently, Raiders Rebel said he's the one that started the Josh Allen chat.
Okay. Hey, fuck
I've
it.
heard
hey, whatever it is, man. Shit,
much love for Raider Rebel. Much love to Raider
Rebel. It happens. I just hope it happens, man. Like, shit,
you
like
and the 3 other million content creators that dig that story. So
trust me, I'll remember your name, Raider Rebel. I'll fucking shout you out if it happens too, dog. But shit, trust me.
When would it happen?
That would be awesome. I think it would probably have to happen
during the draft.
That probably would happen. I don't know, probably before the draft, because maybe the Bills would want to, use those draft picks to maybe have time to maybe then make a power move in the draft. But I don't know. It probably would have to happen either damn near close to the draft, a week of the draft, or who knows, man, draft night.
You gotta be freaking insane for the Bills to do.
To what?
Yeah, they got to be insane to do that. But they got rid, like you said, they got rid of all their guys. Now let me ask you another question, Gabe. What you think about this 6.5 win prediction that everybody's saying that the Raiders are good? That's less than what we got last year, man. And we got another quarterback, better defense. Are they jockeying? And what I think is the jockeying of Harbaugh here, and that the coaches for Denver and Harbaugh is better than AP, and then they're gonna win. They're adding 3 more wins to those teams because of their coach, but not their players. I never been a good coaching comes from good coaches, and it adds to wins if you have good players. So if you think that Sean Payton's going to come out here without a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, and if you think John Harbaugh is going to come out here and run the football down to earth like he was at Michigan on a pro defense, it ain't going to happen. We have the guys set already. So what do you think about this 6.5 wins, dude? The down drop that they gave us from last year. You seen that? You seen that 6.5 prediction?
Yeah, that shit's fucking dumb though. Like, it's just, I mean, to me, all it says is easy money. I mean, I would go put my bets down and say, and I would bet the over. You know what I mean? But I would bet, because there's no way I think that we get under 6.5 wins. Though. There's no way we get under 7 wins. So like that obviously puts that over. So, yeah, like it's just a bunch of, trying to set the line, you know what I mean? But somebody's gonna
I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be pissed. Very negative. Something's very,
like, it's all the quarterback talk. It's all because you see the teams that like the teams that like. I bet you the Bills have an over than that. You know what I mean? I bet you the Chargers have more than over than that, right? They're 8.5 or something like that. So it's like, and it's all because of the quarterback question. You know what I mean? When your team is solidified at the quarterback position, like that number opens up much higher. You know what I mean? From the beginning. But to me, like, I don't put too much stock into that shit. But it's like last year, bro. Like, like, who would have thought we were gonna win? Fucking a lot of people thought, when we were 3-5 and we got rid of everybody. I know AP came in, and you know what I mean. But he was a question mark when he came in. You know what I mean? Like, nobody even knew who was gonna take over when people were so much stuck on the fact that they wanted McDaniels gone that nobody was even paying attention to who was going to take over when he was gone. And when AP did, took the reins, that next day, I know there was a lot of people that were surprised, but to that surprise though, like, he performed beautifully, dog. You know what I mean? Like, the first 2 games, like we were on a high. I know that we hit a little skid after that where, you know what I mean? But we also, we played 2 playoff teams, you know what I mean? In you know what I mean? The Dolphins and the Chiefs, but, you know what I mean? We played them tough, you know what I mean? And, starting off 2-2, everybody thought, maybe they lost steam, but you seen that the players obviously didn't feel the same, you know what I mean? Because throughout the rest of the season, you know what I mean? To end out the season, they finished off strong, and they could have just packed their bags in, you know what I mean? But they fought for this coach, you know what I mean? So that's the reason why I see, like, and just being able to add guys like Wilkins, you know what I mean, in free agency, that's not normal. Like you usually see players like that, like at the end of their careers, like they've been stars in this league, but they're at the end of their careers and we're overpaying. You know what I mean? That's how we usually have gotten them in recently. But when you get a guy in, you know what I mean, like basically in the middle of his prime, and you get him at like basically the market value of what he was gonna basically get anywhere else. I like to see that type of stuff, man. That shows me that there's at least a little bit of change already. You know what I mean? There's already there's already changing happening. You know what I mean? And just last year, and then this off season, and that's why I'm so excited about the draft, dog. Like I see change in the draft too. I see we're gonna make shit happen this draft, bro. Like, and that's why like it's going moving forward. I just see better shit, dog. It's time for the Raiders to get back to, you know what I mean, being like one of the fucking main topics on these fucking, you know, like it's. I know that in 2003 and 2002, like ESPN, Fox Sports, and all that shit wasn't prominent like right now. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, like it wasn't like there wasn't sports shows, there wasn't, you know, social media. Like we haven't had the Raiders, you know, winning while you know in the social media age. Like I want to get back to those winning ways. So like, of course, for like, you know, because it's the Raiders, and you know you always want the Raiders to win, but I want to be able to fucking just shit on everybody, dog. Like, because it's just now everybody's gonna be able to hear it. They ain't gonna be able to shut us up. There's no way they're gonna be able to shut us up now, dog. Like that shit's gonna be, damn, bro. It's gonna be fucking beautiful to see, dog. Like, and I feel it coming, dog. I feel that era, that new era coming in, dog. Like we're gonna get back to, you know, like all the old Raiders, but you know what I mean. It's gonna be in the new age Raiders, dog. But it's gonna be in like, you know, I don't know, dog. It's just gonna be the 2.0 version, dog. And it's just like we're gonna finally get back to our winning ways, dog. I just see it. It's gonna happen, dog.
You too. I feel the same way.
What happened?
I feel the same way with you. About time. I'm coming back in. I guess our DJ Callum. It's our DJ Callum Dopey Ganger.
Doppelganger. When are we ever going to give AOC a chance? What's wrong with our pocket passer and good run game and lights out defense? It's nothing wrong with it, bro. It's just like, if there's ever a time to get a quarterback, would it now be it? That's all I'm saying. I think now would be the best time. It makes the most sense. I mean, we have been struggling like that. We have been struggling at that position for damn near, well, now about 2 decades now. So, I mean, it would be nice to fucking solidify that position, but hey, if you with the AOC, I'm not gonna hate on you, dog. Like if you feel like AOC or Minshew's gonna be able to get the job done with our defense, I honestly think our defense is gonna be that dominant too. But honestly, I want to be a fucking force in this league, dog, and I don't see that without having a fucking game changer at that you know, quarterback position.
Good. What up, Raider Alex, man? Welcome to the show. You have a great show. I watch it all the time. So
you have Anthony Gold.
Well, it was talking about a receiver from Oregon. I was trying to look up, but I messed up what he said. But
he said 4.38. Said he ran a 4.38.
4.38 speed.
Anthony Gold from Oregon State, but like, if to be honest, I ain't trying to go no receiver, dog. I'm trying to I'm with going fucking quarterback or fucking fuck, man. I'm with you, Gravy. Let's go fucking quarterback or offensive tackle.
There we go. There you go. Quarterback or offensive tackle. Then after that, quarterback. Then running back. I don't give a shit.
running back.
Defensive.
Now I don't know about running back, man, but I'm not with you there. Like
it's just my opinion.
I want to get him late.
Just not.
But no, yeah, hey, who knows? Shit, if we get a Trey Benson, I just think Trey Benson, like from what they've been saying too, like he might even go fucking, late second round or something like that. Like, but who knows, man? It's like
good. If he falls to 44, that's good. I'll take that. But that's a second round pick. We're gonna have to move up.
I want a first round, man. Bucky Irving is cool from Oregon, but
yeah,
I just like those. Like I like Dylan Johnson. You know what I mean?
We gotta get bigger. We gotta get.
But
bigger.
we have a guy like Samir. If I'm gonna go somebody to compliment Samir, I'm getting a speed back. To be honest, like that's what I think that would best suit this team, to get a guy with speed. But like I said before, like I wouldn't go. I kind of like going with what we got right now. Maybe drafting a guy late if we have to. You know what I mean? To maybe sit behind these two guys and maybe develop into a guy. But who knows? We might have those guys, in fucking Sincere McCormick. Who knows? He might end up developing.
Fucking take a number, bro. Take a number for this guy. It's not that I just like the guy. I don't even know who he is. I don't know who he is.
Never even seen a fucking picture.
He played preseason, and I don't jack off the guys that are good in preseason. So that's just it. Hey, Rebel, you got your own show, bro. Why don't you hit up low, man, and see if we can. We want to expand our Raider Nation Live, audience, to meet people and see their faces and stuff. So that was an idea that me, Lo, and Gabe had. We got your own show, and Alex too. I know you have a show, Alex. Get at Raider Nation Live. That's Lo, and he'll set it up, man. For we can collab and talk ball, man. We like doing it. As you can tell, me and Gabe got grip of topics, and usually I feel kind of like I have to talk about somebody, dude. But Lo's not here. You know what I mean? But I guess it was the eclipse that messed everything all up, bro.
Put his head in front of the sun.
There's no more eclipse because Lo ain't here. He DJ. He said he gonna show up like at 8 something. Look, it's 9:54 and he still ain't here. So me and you get paid all these. It's a chance or whatever. We get paid for that game. It's all us.
Yeah, it's all us.
We're robbing the bank. Joe and Lee, what's up, man? Clock Royal. Gabe is coming around. Back to reality. Nah, not yet. He probably worse.
Not yet.
Mr. Beezy. Mr. Beezy, what about the story? But
Trust me, though. I ain't going to be mad if we go your guys' route, though. I'm not going to be upset, though. There's nothing, I don't think that's in this draft, other than going first round. Who's that quarterback from Tennessee, Milton? Other than going Milton in the first round, that's the only thing that would upset me in this fucking draft.
Oh, the quarterback. I'll bust my shit. I'll pop my shit, bro.
Break my TVs, dog. But other than that happening, that's why I'm on board with going I'm on board with going corner first round. I'm on board with going, tackle first round. I'm on board with going quarter, but I'm most on board with going quarterback first round. That's for sure. That's first and foremost. That's what I want the most to happen. But what I'm just trying to explain is that I'm so excited in the direction that this team is moving, regardless that I'm with whatever direction that they want to go in. I feel like that they've done enough to kind of not back themselves in the corner to have to, do these certain things. You know what I mean? So it's they could go either one of those routes and still make a big impact this year. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I'm saying I'm most on board with going quarterback first round and doing what we have to do to go get him. But like going corner, going tackle, you know what I mean? Like I'm like that shit's still gonna be cool to me. Like as long as we don't take Joe Milton, dog. Like I'm cool.
But Joe Milton, bro, I don't want to hear that, dude. If we're going Raiders, the Joe Milton don't. Never. Maybe a free agent quarterback. Now, Gabe, you're my linebacker guy. Are we such in love with Divine Diablo and Masterson and all these?
I want
guys
Jeremiah Trotter.
So we can't. Wait. So we can. Do you think that the nation? And I'm sorry to say this, nation. You're my crew, and I love y'all. But we tend to fall in love with players. I've done that. Gabe has done that. But do we really think that Divine Diablo is a average linebacker for us? And should we look at that side of the ball, being that's AP specialty, because we're in love with Divine Diablo. We think he's the greatest thing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But if you really look at it, he's not. He's not third or fourth or fifth for tackles. He misses a lot of tackles. He has a problem covering. A guy, he doesn't stay healthy. A guy that wasn't known for his pass coverage got more picks than he did. I love Spillane. You know what I mean? So if it came down to it, would it be Divine Diablo, expendable or be, hey, thank you for being a Raider, man. It's time to go. We find ourselves another Raider.
First, I'll shout out Doppelganger for the 199. Just win, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But
just win,
shit,
baby.
Man, like,
win, baby.
Yes, sir. But to me, like, I like that. I like Divine Diablo. I'm not fucking nothing like in love with. I like linebackers, dog. Like, don't get me wrong. That's my favorite. Like, if any group of fucking any position group, it's gonna be like the linebacking group. But Divine Diablo to me can't stay healthy, dog. Like, I like when he's on the field, he makes tackles, but he also has the tendency of trying to go for the big hit sometimes. You know what I mean? He's most of the time chasing down tackles. You know what I mean? I liked his progression a little bit last year, but once again he ended up on you know what I mean? Injured and shit like that. So to me, I think we have to, like, to me it's a necessity to go at some point, draft a linebacker this year. I was expecting more out of Amari Burney last year, but he's just too undersized. To me, he's just too undersized. But
Masterson, what has Masterson done? What has 59 done?
To me, the only really solidified, like, actually, linebacker we have is really, Spillane right now, as of right now. But that's why, to me, it's for sure, you know what I mean? Like, that's why we have to address that. To me, at some point in this draft, I would want to go, try to address it maybe if he's still available, maybe in the third round, try to get a guy like a Jeremiah Trotter, but it's like, or just try to find a linebacker out there, you know what I mean? But like, I think we have to address that position, you know what I mean? Because it's, as much as I like Diablo, when he is out there, but he also has shown, you know what I mean? He's vulnerable sometimes. I understand he's a little bit more speedy, you know what I mean? As a linebacker, he can maybe stay with foot speed. He probably, he could stay, foot, kind of step for step with some of these tight ends, but he's gotta stay healthy, man, and he's gotta be able to improve, man, because he was supposed to be the guy to wear the green dot, but you know, Spillane came in here and took that shit right away. You know what I mean? Like it was obviously Spillane has that. They had that. That previous experience in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Playing that middle linebacking role, but it's just he was supposed to be the guy. Remember when they let go of Denzel Perriman? It was supposed to be Diablo. Diablo was supposed to be the next leader of the defense to wear the green dot, call the plays, but he just hasn't became that guy. You know what I mean? And he needs to.
I'll take it too, bro. He was a safety, but that's not an excuse because that's not an excuse anymore because for the last 5 years that transition's been going. You know what I mean? That transition's been going from being a safety, a big safety, to being a linebacker because of coverage, and these tight ends are running for 4.4s and 4.3s now. You can't have a slow poke Spillane, trying to cover a Darren Waller. I mean, that's impossible to do. You're waiting. Spillane's gonna fail. So, a guy like Diablo gets bulked up, but I don't. I like Diablo. I'm not in love with Diablo. In football terms, I'm not in love with him.
I like Diablo. But
I think that he can be. I'm not gonna get mad if they give him his walking papers.
I mean,
some people
I wouldn't go that far because I think he's still needed because I think that is one position. It's very thin. That
I'll put it like this: I could see him being a very good backup, a very good backup.
Obviously, I would want to upgrade. Yeah. Obviously, I would want to upgrade, but I don't think we can't be in the business of losing any linebackers. You know what I mean? Like as much as like I don't like Masterson, like even him, like having him as at least part of this defense for the last 2 years, and knowing Graham's scheme and all of that shit, he would at least be a good piece if even if we draft somebody, if they have to go down a game or two or something like that. You know what I mean?
I spent the whole game watching 59. I just see him running around.
Mm-hmm.
He made 1 or 2 tackles, but he'll just run around by the tackles and stuff. And then he also Masterson had a very great game that night. No, he not to me. He didn't stop nobody. He didn't get no push. He didn't tackle no running back. Masterson, he just needs to go. I think the only guy probably around there that we is Spillane, and the young guys we could develop, but then we could have, I wouldn't touch Hobbs. Hobbs is not going anywhere. He has so much, but you could just look at Hobbs.
Yeah, I like him as a linebacker more than some of these like Masterson, dog.
He can step up and hit like they can too. He's a big dude.
He played that linebacker role like it went at times last year when he had to.
That was a big time gem that they got. And Lone, I like Mauga, but he's always getting, Gabe talk about too, but he don't get a chance to get in there, man. And they take him off. They put him on the practice.
The thing on Muaga,
they take him off the practice, man.
He's a dude that's gonna be good in the run game. He's a good run stuffer. He's gonna be a good guy in the run game, but he's definitely a guy who struggles with coverage.
Mm-hmm. You see, we and I don't want to break anybody's chains. We're still,
but
Jack Jones did a great job for us last year. He stepped up our defense. He was that spark that defense needed. But look who he came in for. He came in for a guy that didn't love football. A guy that didn't love football. Anybody said me and Gabe could have went out there and played.
He was a godsend though, dog, because he was not just because of Peters, though, but because Bennett too, bro. Bennett didn't work out for us last year. Hopefully he turns that around, but he was a godsend for that reason, because I think he made it.
Peters messed up. I kind of think Peters messed up Bennett.
Yeah, I think Peters is for sure fucking downfall. Like, I know you wouldn't call it a downfall because I think you kind of already thought his downfall was years ago, but like his demise and shit, and then Bennett's fucking also his like just not working out early. I think that kind of even made it more of a necessity when AP, because how AP has talked about it on one of his interviews, where he had to kind of bring it up kind of multiple times to go get Jack. You know what I mean? Like he had to kind of mention it to Ziegler, kind of multiple times, because at first they were saying like he kind of had red flags a little bit. You know what I mean? Because of his attitude and all of that shit that he had to go over there. But I think that it was kind of the bad play from Peters and the bad play from Bennett that allowed, like, kind of forced Ziegler to be like kind of listen to AP, and which ended up being a godsend for us. You know what I mean?
He definitely made the right move, getting rid of Peters and getting Jones. And Jones,
you never know if Bennett is not balling out, but he's playing decent. Maybe we don't go get a Jones. Maybe we don't take that risk. Maybe Ziegler says, you know what? Sorry, we're not going to take that risk.
Yeah. He was already talking when Jones was coming in. He was talking to Champ.
No, I know, but you seen how, like in that interview, just like how AP said that he had to go talk to him twice, like multiple times. Like, hey, he brought it up to them, and at first they were like, "No, you know what? He has baggage. Like, I don't know, like that. I don't know if that's a good idea." But he had to go pound the table for him, kind of again. You know what I mean? And it kind of forced them, like, to, I think all of that kind of played a hand into it. You know what I mean? Him obviously asking, pounding the table for him, of course, that's the biggest reason. But obviously, kind of played it. I think it had to have played a role in that we really didn't have no solidified second corner. You know what I mean? At that point, or first corner. I mean, we had Hobbs, but that's about it.
And Hobbs basically played linebacker, corner, and safety. We always have that dude that can do that. And that's what I like about Hobbs. That's why I think Hobbs is
untouchable. Bennett turns it around, bro.
Yeah, me too.
He has speed. He showed, like, like he was good in college. You know what I mean? Like he showed like he was good. Like he was a physical player. You know what I mean? Played good in coverage, fast. Tough. He looked like he wasn't scared to tackle. So, like, it was a surprise to me, like, seeing that shit on the field. I think that's what pisses me off even more, like, knowing what you see on tape in college, and then that effort you see, you know what I mean, on, like, like in slow motion even, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, fuck, bro, like, that effort was just like, especially when you're getting also that effort from Peters, you know what I mean? Which, that's why I do get your point when you say, you think Peters is the one that fucked him up.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see like a veteran guy giving that type of effort, which is supposed to be the guy who's, supposed to be like the guy that's the veteran, kind of teaching you the ropes and shit like that, like, kind of giving that effort, obviously, you're gonna it's gonna play a part in your development, you know what I mean? So hopefully that's out of the building. Hopefully
AP was the one that benched him. AP was the one that benched him. So
yeah,
that's weird. That usually he's a chance guy. I'm gonna give you a chance, and you ain't gonna let me down. He must have let him down in some way or another. But Raiders Rebel. We go with Penix to protect his blind side. And we move Colt Miller to the right side, and also Andre James has to learn to snap the ball with the laces on the other side. Never heard of that. Raiders Rebel and me coaching football. There's no. I've never heard of a center adjusting to a quarterback, but the quarterback moves the ball anyways in his hands, so he can know that. I wouldn't move Coach Miller. I would draft a right tackle, and that's what we need to do. Our right side of our line, like I said, Thursday or Sunday, has not been dealt with in about 5 years. It sucked for less than around 5 years. It sucked. So we need to check those areas with something, either high picks, free agency, or with the guys that we have. And I'm cool with Van Rotten being there. I like Mumford, but I'm just not. They're not my safe bet. A rookie could go in there and take over that spot, but he's a those two right tackles that are in the draft are legit right tackles. They played college, pee-wees from high school right tackle, and that's what we want. We're not
So
moving
right now,
Cody Miller.
as of right
We're not
now, our
moving
right
Cody
side
Miller.
is Mumford and Meredith, right?
Mumford and Meredith, yes. And Van Rotten hasn't been signed by nobody, so I hope that. But I don't know where you're getting at with the ball on the laces on the other side. Never seen that done. Never seen it be adjusted for just a quarterback. They get the ball one way, and that's the way they do
Well, I
it.
mean, I think that would be worked on for sure extensively, dog. Like one on one with them too. You know what I mean? Off to the
Yeah.
side, and especially in training camp and all of that shit. I think that they'll get that shit down with. But to me, what makes the more important thing is, you know what I mean? Like when you change to a left-handed quarterback, that right side has to be solidified now because you're now going to your opposite. Now the opposite side is the blind side. You know what I mean? So you got
Mhm.
Colton Miller, who is a little bit older, but you know what I mean. He has played very good football in this league, dog, and I still believe that he can play. He's still going to play some very good football in this league, but uh, that's just the thing that if you take Penix, it's you're going to have to find something. You're going to have to roll with what you have and have confidence that Mumford is just that guy that's going to take his game to the next level, or you're going to have to for sure scramble. And if you take Penix in the first round, you're going to have to be looking for sure right away, either trading back up and trading back up possibly, or trying to go at 44. You know what I mean? Address that offensive line right side somehow.
We got Dalton Wagner too. Yes, we do. He's a mountain of a man. He's a big dude, but there's problems with when you're that big, you're that tall. I'm hearing he has
I
problems with
mean,
his feet.
the only thing is that he is he's an undrafted free agent, bro. Like, I mean, I just think if he was like that, like I know that he's raw, and like hopefully that like it fucking pause and shit, but hopefully that 1 year that just 1 year on the practice squad and all of that shit is that like on IR. Is that gonna make him a starter this year? That's the only thing that's the biggest question mark. You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna are you gonna bank your money on him becoming the starter this year? Like, I still think like for as much hype as he's gonna get, like that's gonna be a dude that's gonna be a project for. He didn't. I think he started playing football like later on in his life, so it's like he's just he's a big dude with big body, but like. He's like a major project. I don't think that I just don't see him being your next answer for your next franchise quarterback, especially if he's left-handed. Especially if your next quarterback's left-handed, like you don't want to. So that's a big question mark, bro.
It's a pretty significant transaction, and I think a lot of people are just saying, "Oh, we could just do this to that." I go, "It's not that easy. It's not. I've done it before, and it's even with even with JUCO kids, it's tough, and you have problems. You have a lot of problems. Well, if somebody does something, even you, Gabe, if you've done something forever for 20 years, and you got to do something different because somebody made you, you're gonna have problems with it. You know what I mean? You're gonna take shortcuts. You're gonna take shortcuts to try to do your old ways, and then what in football, when you take shortcuts and go and try to adjust the things you used to do, it ends up in sacks, it ends up in getting beat, it ends up in losing the football and shit like that. So that's the problem of having a lefty. I don't like lefty quarterbacks, but if Penix is there, he's the best one available. Then we're gonna have to make the move. I'm sure the coaches know that. Hey, Penix could be there. Let's start getting up a game plan of what we do when we get this guy. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that they're Getsy's over there making adjustments, and they're looking at different tackles and guards and stuff.
I think one way or another we have to, for sure.
Space Beast, what's up?
Get something for that right side. You know what I mean?
What's up, Omar?
We'll see. We'll see when. We'll see at what time of the draft we get it. I mean, it could be first round. It could be first round because that could just kind of be maybe the best player available. And if it's Fuaga, I mean, that's for me the best option. That would be probably the best option at tackle if you can't go quarterback. I would want to go Fuaga. If we go corner, which was the other option, I would probably go probably Mitchell.
Go with Mitchell. He wins games. He has won game. And the knock on Mitchell is that he gunslings a little bit. We've been through those. We went 9 years with one of those. And you guys are cool with it.
No, I'm talking about if we go first round corner, I would probably go that Mitchell. Like if we were to go first round corner.
I thought you said Minshew.
If we're gonna go quarterback with what we have right now, yeah, I personally want to go Minshew, but I don't know. We're gonna see what training camp, what AOC has to say about it. But I want to go Minshew for sure. But I would go, if we're gonna go corner first round, I would go Mitchell. If we're gonna go offensive tackle, hopefully Fuaga is available. Those are some of the picks that probably my favorite pick, favorite from each position, I would say. You know what I mean?
These guys are big. Arnold Mitchell 6 feet, about 200 pounds. He's a good sized corner. Nate Wiggins is very lean.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold is lean.
Omar wants fucking AOC. Omar is.
Well, he doesn't have no choice. He's been
biggest supporter. He says every time we say Minshew, he's like, hey, damn backup.
He won't be saying that when he's riding. Roll with them on the bench. You can roll with them on the bench all you want, Omar. You play your AOC before Minshew? He's probably saying hell yeah right now. He's probably saying hell yeah.
He's been saying that.
He's always been AOC, bro. Until AOD, was he saying AOC in Minnesota game? Was he saying AOC in the second half? Were you saying AOC in the second half of the Kansas City Chiefs game? Were you saying AOC? Yeah. What's that? When the one we won?
Hold on.
He didn't score shit for 3 quarters. No, how about the Indianapolis game? The garbage time points he got. Were you happy about that? Minshew did us dirty. What's
Minshew
up, Loon?
Minshew did a meat 30 in that game, dog.
Let me tell you something about this. Let me tell you something. We questioned a while back ago. We questioned Penix's delivery, and it's weird, but what people are saying is that it's going off. He has the quickest release out of all quarterbacks. So I don't know how we could say that it's awkward or he has a weird delivery. It ain't a Tebow type delivery, but it ain't that bad. But that was super bad delivery. But if Penix, he's very accurate and he can spin the ball, man. So, but I just don't like lefties. So, Gravy, you don't have to like lefty quarterback. What about number 12, the Snake? Well, Jake the Snake had a good team with them too. Are we up? Are we the same aggressive defensively running the football, wide receiver type? You know, you're talking about two different eras of football, though, Jack. That's why, the OGs, Jack, and me and you are probably close that age. I'm a 70s baby, early 70s. I remember, but the thing is that I've been coaching, and football has adapted and evolved. So ain't nobody gonna be like Jake the Snake. Ain't nobody gonna be like him.
There's only one lefty quarterback in the league right now.
Yeah. Tua. And so there's not a lot of them. And so a lot of them don't get picked and a lot of them are successful. That's the reason why.
I mean, there's only a handful, though, that you could say are like really actually successful. Snake, Young.
I'm not gonna bash the old timers of the Raiders because I love them, man. I got their jerseys, man. I'm not gonna disrespect them. That type of football is not right now. And when you tell somebody that's of that age, of Kenny Stabler and Daryl LaMonica and Fred Benet, they fucking want to fight. But I can guarantee you this. Just think. Fred McLinikoff was a wide receiver today, running around like he was right now. How far back in the bench do you think Fred McLinikoff would be, Gabe?
I don't like
doing we're talking
this.
about bad.
I don't like
doing it either. I just want to prove my point, though.
Because it's just you can't
sit there and say,
era.
But you can't sit there and say Michael Penix and Kenny Stabler then. You can't say that, right? What makes it good for them to say, what about Kenny Stabler of your Michael Penix? But somebody that's not capping on Biletnikoff, but saying it's different football. Whether you had Jack Tatum hitting people like the way he did right now in the NFL, he wouldn't see a game. He would have been kicked out the game already. It's different. Let those legends be legends. Let those legends be legends. Penix don't know shit about Kenny Stabler. Let that be. So if we're gonna hang our heads on, and we've been losing so long, is that's what we have to do. Now let's do what Gabe said and get the quarterback that we need to get. Fuck them picks or do whatever. Get that quarterback to where we got to say, you know what? This quarterback is going to make us win. And we never forget Kenny Stabler and put him next to a quarterback that we're playing against. Let Kenny Stabler just be in peace as one of the greats in football, not compared to Michael Penix. because he's a lefty. You know, let Marcus Allen to be one of the best running backs in Raider history. But he's no Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs ain't hell no, he ain't close to Marcus Allen. The comparison is obscene, bro. It's not even compared.
Nah, I feel you. It's totally different game, dog. It's a totally different game nowadays.
Yes, but, you know, I get bitched at because, you know, I love OG, I love Jack Kenner. I just have my views and I say, hey man, these guys are from a long time of football. That was the foundation of Raiderism started right there. And then when they ended their careers, that's where it stopped. And so we've sucked since then, and we need to bring it back. We don't want to forget Stabler. We just want a guy that can.
That's why I say
his own guy.
It's gonna be. We're gonna be the Raiders of old, but like the 2.0 version now, like the. You know what I mean? Because you've seen that last year with, you know what I mean? Like, it's not other things that we kind of swept under the rug under like this offseason, like, and which is big time, dog. Like what AP also did with this team is like, when have you ever seen the Raiders lead the league in least amount of penalties?
Never. I've never once seen that.
Never. And still keep the same attitude. To still keep the same attitude throughout that whole thing, you know, that whole time that AP was here, those 9 games, and do it with the least amount of penalties and play with that type of, you know, like chip, you know what I mean? With the defense playing so much better, like you would think like, oh, like, okay, like as long as even if you fuck up and get a personal call foul, like it's still cool because you're playing, you know, Raider football, and like, you know, it's a flag, but we're still playing good ass defense. Not like it's discipline, you know, just overall good football on the defensive side, dog. Like it, and if you get that to rub up on anything on the offensive side, dog, like, which I think it starts with the quarterback position. That's why I'm so strong on that shit. But like, this team is going to go places where, you know what I mean? Like, I fucking might as well say it, dog. I think we're fucking, you know, finally going to get a chance to see one, you know what I mean? And like people like our young fucking, the young Raider fans fucking might get a chance to see a fucking us hold a Lombardi trophy. You know what I mean? That I think that's what's going to get us there, man. Like this new way of thinking, and I think that's what AP is kind of like bringing into the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. He's kind of ushering a new way of thinking for the Raiders, bro. So and I think that's what we needed. We needed that shit. You know what I mean? From the top down, and who else better from like for our head coach? You know what I mean? Let's and the players look like they're following suit, dog. So let's just continue that shit, man. Like, I just don't want this shit to die down. I don't want this momentum to die down. Like, I know winning is the best remedy for that. So that's why I'm harping so much on going to go get that quarterback, because I think that's where, like, I'm unlike most, you know what I mean, where I think that we're not that many pieces away. A lot of people think we're a lot of pieces away. I might, you know, be a little bit more optimistic than others, but I certainly think that, like, if we get a quarterback, and especially the quarterback of, you know, our franchise guy, like a guy that's gonna be a playmaker in this league, dog, like, and I think we're there. I think we're right there. We're knocking right there, dog. Like, our defense last year showed you, like, we can hang with the big teams, you know, in this league, you know what I mean, with just, you know, with just AOC, you know what I mean, and a rookie, you know, play caller, you know what I mean. We literally beat the fucking defending champions at their house, you know what I mean, on Christmas, you know what I mean, and that shit's like, that's why I'm so excited, like, for this year. And like, shit. I mean, people could say that I'm fucking, just keep repeating that shit, but like, can't get over that shit, man. Like, it's just
keep repeating it, bro. Keep repeating.
Raiders, like, it's been a long time, dog. It's been a long fucking time without this feeling, and it's just.
I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah.
I want to win right now, and that's my thing. My passion. I want to win right now. Why can't we win with the dudes that we have, and then the new pickups? Why can't we get an impact number one pick? No matter if we move up or not, why can't we make an impact right away?
I do. That's what I want, dog. And I hope Telesco's that guy. I hope Telesco's the guy that finds those guys, bro. I hope Telesco's the guy.
It's gonna happen to us, bro. It's gonna happen for us. We're in this space where, we draft well in the fucking third and fourth rounds, because this and that. Yeah, we do, but so does every other team. Half the league success stories are third, fourth, fifth, sixth round picks. It's easy to pick those guys out. The ones that don't happen are the first and second round picks. We need to hit on those guys. People don't.
No, we just haven't been hitting on any draft picks. That's our problem. Yeah. That's our problem. We need to start hitting on multiple draft picks, whether it's first, second, third, fourth, any round, dog. Like, we just gotta make them start counting. That's it. Like, wherever round you pick, we just gotta.
Charles Washington, I'm an old head too, bro. Charles Washington, I'm an old head too.
I believe fucking AP.
I like that style of football, bro.
I believe AP when he says, dog, like he's gonna be that guardian at the gate. Well, come on, let's see, man. Like no evil shall enter this building. We'll see. We're gonna see, man. Like let's see. Like I want, like he says that there's certain Raiders that he sees out there, and and hopefully that they're able to get him into the building. One of those guys I do see is like, that's why I've always been on board with you guys and I see him in the chat a lot. Fuaga,
Yeah.
That's why I do see eye to eye with a lot of people with that one. You know what I mean? Because I that's one of those guys when AP says that type of thing, I picture that type of guy. You know what I mean? When AP says like there's only like 4 or 5 maybe Raiders actually in this draft. You know what I mean? So like when he says those type of things, he's one of those guys that comes to picture. Like, you know what I mean? Like comes to my mind when he says those type of things. Fuaga looks like a Raider to me.
He plays like a.
Yeah.
Well, he's an aggressive player. He's tough, real physical. He ain't scared of shit, and he plays like the way we say Raider football should be. And I think it'll be an awesome pick if we get him first. But we ain't gonna get him first till we go for this quarterback.
Yeah.
And then you get mixed things. But got guys, fuck them picks. Go get your quarterback. And then you got guys that say, hey, let's go offensive line. Let's get a corner. Rebel been having some straight up facts.
Yeah, I think he's going to bed right now. But hey, thanks for being in the chat, man. Your feedback was cool today, dog. You were typing your ass off up in there, man. It's just
way to go, man. The Rebel.
Have a good night, man.
All right. 12:30
over there. So you must be Mountain Time? Shit. Oh, okay.
Mountain Time. You Texas?
No. Central, Mountain or Central? One of those times. Texas or even.
Well, all right, bro. We've seen you before, so keep it coming, man. With Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. You know what's up? We never late. Well, sometimes we're late, but we're always gonna have a show. We're always gonna have a show, no matter if it's me, Gabe, or whatever. We're still waiting on our fearless leader to show up.
On 6 in the building. Oh shit! Damn, my bad. On 6 is in the building.
Does on 6 want to come on the show and get his little puff give?
Oh shit, we got a little bit of time left, shit, cause I'm fucking.
You got a little bit of time with you, MT6. I sent it to Loon, and he always tells us no, but shit. So, you know,
Low about to show up. Yeah, all eyes are low about to show up just to shut this show down for being too long.
Yeah, I know he listening. He probably said, "You know, they dug my music so much, I had to stay. I had to stay there." Yeah, that cool little spot, man. He's over there getting his little hustle on, and getting his groove on. You know, he makes some money just for a little bit, but a couple of hours, man, for what you're making. You know, it only goes a certain. Raider Nation 510 wants to have the Joe Milton show. Let me tell you something about Joe Milton. Hell, motherfucking no. Hell no.
That's the one pick I'll be like, damn.
He gonna be a good backup. He gonna be a good backup. What if we say? What do we end up picking this dude? What do we end up picking this dude, man?
We pick him in the 6th, 7th round.
He throws a great deep ball. That's what we need and all this shit, man. 600 times he threw the football in college. In 1 year, Gabe. In 1 year, he threw the ball 600 times.
Who couldn't keep his job at Michigan? Had to go to fucking Tennessee. Couldn't win the job there. Had to sit for a year. I didn't get. Nah, fuck that.
He sat under what's his name, huh? What he got drafted high too.
He was at Michigan, and then
JJ beat him out. JJ beat him out.
JJ beat him out. Then he transferred to Tennessee, and then Hendon Hooker beat him out. So he had to sit under under Hendon Hooker for a year, and then he ended up taking over for this year. But fuck that dude.
Yeah, Rebel, get a hold of me or Low. We'll check it out, man. See, we love the chat, bro. We get this Raiderism going. It's getting close. 3 weeks is super close, closer than we think. Next thing you know, we'll be talking about how jacked up our draft was. So,
no.
We're gonna talk about how fast Jaden Daniel really is in a Raider uniform. What number you gonna get? You think you're gonna get what does he wear, 5 or 2 or something?
He wears 5.
I wish you wore number 9. I wish you wore number 9 to get rid of that. Diablo ain't giving that shit up. He gonna say, "Shit, kick back, rookie. You ain't getting my shit." He can be number 9.
No, he can't.
Yeah, you just take number 9, dude. We got a guy that don't need to be wearing that number. We gonna get talk on the Tyree talk, huh? Nah, we ain't got enough time for that. That's an all-day show right there. We're going on almost 3, Gabe.
I know. I have to go to fucking work early in the morning too.
Get ready to shut this down. Ready to Legions. I'm sorry, man. I know you're working. I'm just giving you shit. But when you're not, give me your schedule. Your work, please. I want to know lunch times and breaks so you get on the show with us, man, because we had a dope-ass time when you were with us. But anyways, me and Gabe are going to shut this down. We want to thank everybody for being here. Charm City, sorry, brother, we're going to end it. But you're headed to work, so re-listen to the show, man. If you didn't listen to it, hey, tell a friend about us. Raider Nation Live. Remind us one guy. Remind us Low. He's doing his thing, DJ Caleb style, hitting on them 1 and 2s at the red carpet car wash in Fresno. So I don't know what's going on over there, but he's over there banging on wax over there. But from me and Gabe, 420. We want to say thank you for being here, and we enjoyed your guys' company. So 1, 2, 3, chat, bro. 1, 2, 3.
Raiders. Let's go, man. Fuck yeah, man. Thank you, man. Hit the like.
Much love, man.
On the way out, man. Hit the like on the way out. Sure, man.
Yeah.